여보.
말하지 말고 듣기만 해.
Welcome back to Recap It. Today we are going to recap a 2020 action thriller movie titled Hitman, Agent June. While heavily drunk, an unsuccessful comic book writer draws a comic about his life as a former niche hitman, and runs into trouble when it gets posted online. But before we begin, please consider subscribing to this channel. Now without wasting any further time, let's begin, shall we? The film begins with Kim Bong-joon, a webtoon writer who isn't having much success as a writer. He's frustrated as he tries to come up with a good finale for his webtoon. On that day, his supervisor calls him and informs him that he will be receiving a salary decrease as a result of his failure to meet his deadline. After numerous attempts, he eventually completes his webtoon and uploads it to the internet. His wife, Mina, has a better job than Kim and is responsible for the family's expenses. As a result, they appear to have opposing obligations. Kim looks after the house while his wife is at work. They also have a teenage daughter who is in high school. She is a very honest girl, informing Kim that her friend said his webtoon stinks, despite the fact that she is a really lovely daughter. She tries to tell Kim not to check the comments before she leaves. However, it is too late. He reads it first thing in the morning since he has received so many bad comments on his webtoon, claiming that it is useless junk, that they can draw better with their feet, and that he should retire. Kim works on a construction site during the day to supplement her income. However, the contractor always chastised him for being too lazy to work. He feels frustrated in the evening and drinks alone till he is intoxicated. He recalls his webtoon's comments and vents his rage through his webtoon. He creates a story about a young child who was trained by the infamous Hell's trainer. He had to go through a lot of lethal training. Agent June is considered as the ace of top-secret agents. Kim wakes up in the morning after a long night to discover his wife offering him excellent food. For the first time, she compliments his webtoon and inquires as to why he kept the concept to himself. Kim is baffled by what she is saying. Until he comes across it on the internet, that is. He is stunned, but he has no recollection of what he drew. His wife thinks he should be grateful to her because she published it on her own initiative after seeing him the very good remarks. Kim visits his supervisor at the webtoon publishing office. He begs his supervisor to remove his webcomic from the internet. His supervisor dismisses him and advises him to keep working on his webcomic, even if it means getting drunk. He is afraid of something in the story he wrote unknowingly while inebriated, and as a result, he does not want to continue the webtoon. However, he feels guilty after seeing his daughter and her wealthy friend being picked up by her friend's father in a car. He performs a reading of a song written by his daughter about their financial situation. He then changes his mind and decides to keep working on his webtoon. He believes that his webtoon's fascinating story will make it a popular webtoon. Everyone reads the second episode of Agent June once it is published, and it becomes highly popular across the country. Kim's joy doesn't stop there, because his daughter enjoys music. He also purchases a keyboard for her. Chun Deok-kyu, a secret agent, is investigating a terrorist threat involving a computer at an internet cafe one day. He discovers the threat senders are two little boys. His name is said to be the same as that of a character from a webtoon. When he learns about the webtoon, he is taken aback. One of the top secret spies was assassinated in the same week. The National Intelligence Service, or NISH, is holding an emergency meeting as a result of the unforeseen accidents. They're debating every probable criminal suspect in connection with those mishaps. The most important clue they have is the most recent episode of Agent June webtoon. It tells the story of Agent June, who is on a one-man quest to exterminate the psychopath mafia. It turns out that this is a real niche secret mission that only Agent June, a former secret agent who died 15 years ago, is aware of. They obtained information about Kim, the webtoon writer, from the webtoon publishing company. Kim was discovered on a building site. Chul, the last remaining secret agent, recognizes Kim as his former partner, Agent June. They pursue June and begin fighting. June is still capable of knocking them down, despite the fact that he has been retired for 15 years. His contractor notices what is going on and is terrified because of his previous actions toward June. There was once upon a time an orphan lad. A mystery man offered him the opportunity to serve his country. Following that, the boy was raised to be a spy and went on to become the best spy of all time. Agent June was the top secret agent in the world. Even though he was the best secret agent, he spent his spare time writing comic books. He has to complete an assignment in the middle of a storm one day. The parachute malfunctioned, and he went missing amid the storm. Everyone assumed he was no longer alive. June tries to persuade his wife that he was the one who had been on the webtoon. She, on the other hand, dismisses him, assuming he is inebriated. Suddenly, the agents arrive and treat him like a terrorist, attempting to arrest him with heavy guns and armor. His previous mate, who greatly admires him, interrogates him. Everyone was worried about him, he said. His employer questions why he departed and, even worse, why he uses real tales and names to write a webtoon that reveals the agent's confidential information. He can only say that it is about money. His phone rings when the conversation is finished. The individual on the other end of the line claims to have kidnapped his wife. To save his wife, June must come by himself and fetch Chief Chun in 20 minutes. He manages to escape himself by kidnapping Chief Chun. He is pursued by the niche, but he manages to knock them out. June phones his webtoon company's manager and inquires as to who else was hunting for him besides the niche. It was Jason, who appears in the webtoon and was supposed to be slain by June. Meanwhile, the niche executes its ingenious plot to kidnap June's daughter because he is extremely dangerous. This leaves June perplexed as to who should be saved first. Chul, a former comrade, believes it is wrong to kidnap a child. He eventually assists June's daughter in escaping and bringing her to June. June explains everything to Chul and Chief Chun once they meet. They will, it turns out, assist June in securing his wife. They return to their old hideaway, where they keep a large number of weaponry. However, the niche arrives far too soon. They decide to leave Chul in order to safeguard his job. They do, however, leave the weapons behind. They don't have a choice except to meet them unarmed. They were apprehended without a fight. Jason confesses to killing Chun's agent last week. June is also instructed to torment Chief Chun until he dies. June, on the other hand, has a backup plan. She keeps her daughter in the car and calls Niche to come over. They show up and fight the mafia. Jason was finally apprehended. However, Niche's boss also ordered them to kill Agent June. Chief Chun and Chul attempt to persuade the chief that June is not guilty. While they're arguing, one of Jason's men uses his sniper to take out Niche agents. As a result, Jason changes the situation. Agent June is also shot as quickly as possible because he is a dangerous man. June, on the other hand, is wearing a bulletproof vest that keeps him alive. He wakes up and fires a gun at a gas tank. Everything becomes a jumble after the explosion, and they begin fighting anew. Agent June easily knocks down and kills a large number of men. Jason uses the chaos to his advantage and flees. June notices him and pursues him in order to accomplish his unfinished job. He also tells Jason that he is the last mission he needs to finish. They initiate conflicts with a vengeance. Jason has hidden combat abilities that cause June to be gravely hurt. Despite this, he kills Jason by throwing him from a great height. June and his family eventually relocate to a better home at the conclusion of the film. He still enjoys his job as a webtoon creator. They are now able to live a happy life free of interruption. And this is where movie comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, until next time.